Nah, I mean, I don't train for knockouts. I don't train for knockouts. I train for punishment. Punish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see a joker get knocked out. Lucky punch. I didn't see the punch. Don't remember nothing. You whoop him. Joker said, listen, yeah, I remember that fight, man. That was the hardest fight I had. Because he had a chance.
I mean, I can't speak on what I seen, but the fight will be different.
Right, because you could strategize and do different things.
Yeah, it'll be different.
What do you feel like Lamont Roach is really good in? Like, do you feel like his inside game is probably like underrated? What do you feel like his best attribute is?
Just did. We got off the canvas once. It ain't about the dub with me. It's about you got that will against will. And so, I don't know. I know I can. I ain't pushed no buttons this tank yet. I came from.
Gervonta Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, didn't hold back after rejoining Davis's training camp. He took a jab at Lamont Roach, saying Roach only faced a version of Tank that wasn't at his best. Reporters were recently given access to Davis's camp and asked Coach Ford about how things were going and what changes they're making this time around to secure the win in the rematch.
We can't wait to see Kenny here. All is here. You know, everybody was putting that energy in the air.
Which I used to do behind doors, now it's in the light.
Coach Calvin Ford made it clear he doesn't believe the Gervonta Davis who fought Lamont Roach was anywhere near his best. That wasn't the real Tank, he said. That was the softest version you'll ever see. Ford acknowledged that Roach is a solid fighter, but pointed out that even on a bad day, Davis still managed to draw. Now, he says, things are different. The Tank I see in training now is the one we all remember, because Lamont pushed the right buttons and woke him up.
Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight, everybody.
Coach Calvin Ford believes Gervonta Davis was dealing with a lot before the first fight with Lamont Roach. He pointed out that Tank even canceled the bout at one point, saying he was tired of boxing. I'm not sure if my absence had anything to do with it, Ford said. I think it was just something Tank was going through personally. While he couldn't say exactly what went wrong, Ford is confident this time will be different. With the kind of intensity Davis is showing in training, Ford promised that Roach is in for serious trouble when they meet in the ring again.
He watched it and said, boom. And I see the light in Tank. You know, I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
Roach, no, I'm not doing your fan. We've been doing this for years. That night, I look at all the fights. I know what he coming to do. And y'all know what he coming to do. But y'all don't know. We have history. Everybody should turn into this.
Like I always say, I don't promise knockouts, I promise punishment, said Gervonta Davis. And when the punishment is serious enough, the knockout happens on its own. One thing I can guarantee is that Lamont Roach is going to feel a level of pressure he's never faced before. While that statement fired up Tank supporters, some neutral fans disagreed with the idea that Davis wasn't at his best in their first fight. One fan commented, "That's just not true. Tank was supposed to announce a fight with Jake Paul right after. He wouldn't have taken Roach lightly." Another added, "I hate hearing excuses." Tank was himself that night. Roach simply stood strong and didn't go down, even when hit clean. A third fan criticized the reaction online, saying, "I'm disappointed the New York State Athletic Commission allowed that knee slip. If Roach had won outright, Tank's coach wouldn't be making these wild claims."
Let me take this thing several times. He on the biggest stage of his life, and he want to show up. Are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Okay. Oh, he got 5 people that ain't him. That's the Roach I know. So when we picked this fight, it was a fight to know, like, oh.
Another fan added, "I'm glad Tank's time is almost up. Nothing would be better than seeing Lamont Roach beat him in the ring. I'm fully backing Roach on fight night, someone else wrote. Being a true champion means accepting when you've been outmatched. This is disappointing from Tank and his team. Ever since the fight, he's made excuses, saying he could have knocked Roach out or that he didn't know what round it was. The truth is, he's met his match, and it's time he admitted it. Even Lamont Roach himself has pushed back against the idea that Davis wasn't at his best that night, standing by his performance and the outcome.
Like you said, we got to rumble. We got to rumble, so all that shit don't matter to me right now. And I'm going to take full advantage of that because it's like he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Or he losing his fire. Like, Like, I don't know if y'all seen the last press conference. When I got up on him, towards the end, he was getting this, you know what I'm saying? He was getting this shot. I told him, I said, oh, there that fire go right there. That's what I want to fight the best. I want to fight the best version of him.
You want the best version of Tank?
Yeah.
After the fight, many fans started to question whether Gervonta Davis was overrated, especially since he was expected to beat Roach but didn't. But if anyone can give a fair answer, it's Lamont Roach, who went 12 full rounds with him. During a March 18th episode of the It Is What It Is podcast, Roach addressed the talk directly and gave his honest take on whether Davis is truly overrated.
Anything else from Lamont?
Yo, last question. I just want to know, how has your life changed since the fight, man? Obviously we follow each other on social media. I see your followers went up, all of the other stuff kind of going up. How has things changed for you since the fight has happened?
Bruh, literally overnight, it changed. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got walking around with security. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I walk around with my peoples. Like, it's crazy. I can't do the same stuff that I used to do.
I want everyone to know, he was at his best that night. I'll say that 100%, Roach said. Just because he didn't meet people's expectations doesn't mean he fought poorly. Some folks are now calling him overrated or trash, but that's not true. He's a good fighter. I knew I had to be sharp in there, and that says a lot. That's what made the fight so exciting. So there you have it. Both Davis and Roach will get the chance to prove who's the better man when they meet again later this year.
I can't go to the grocery store. I can't go nowhere, bro. Like, I can't do nothing. And it's crazy. Like, it's just crazy because I know that that's what this come with if I get to the level that I'm supposed to be. But when it really happened to you, like, you sit back and look at it like, damn, like, this really happened.
For a long time, fans were used to seeing the familiar team of Gervonta Davis with Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis. It reminded people of classic duos like Mike Tyson and Cus D'Amato, or more recently, Canelo Alvarez with Eddie Reynoso, and Pacquiao with Freddie Roach. That trio, Davis, Ford, and Ellis, just clicked with the public. So when Barry Hunter stepped in to coach Davis for the Roach fight, it didn't feel right to many fans. It simply wasn't the team they were used to seeing in Davis's corner.
So everything is good with Calvin because it's the first time he's not the head trainer in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Calvin, again, I said Calvin's pop.
Have been wondering why there was a shakeup in Gervonta Davis's coaching team. In a recent chat with Fight Hub TV, Calvin Ford offered some insight. Davis had just fought on his second PBC pay-per-view event with Amazon Prime Video. Like many fans, Ford expected a solid performance and believed the training showed in the ring. He also recalled Davis and Lamont Roach sparring often in the gym years ago. Davis is from Baltimore, and Roach is from DC, and said he always respected Roach's hard work. Ford cleared the air by saying, "We didn't change anything. I just stepped back for a bit, but the overall training approach stayed the same." The interviewer added that there was no drama or falling out between Davis and Ford, just a temporary shift.
He will always be around, you know what I mean? So, that's pop, like I said. So he'll always be there. It's, without me, without Calvin, it wouldn't be no me, you know what I mean? Because at first when I came into the...
They just wanted to know if the time apart actually brought them closer. Kind of like how family members sometimes grow more appreciative of each other after spending some time away, but Coach Ford made it clear, no, he didn't just stop by to check in. He showed real concern, like he thought something might have happened to me. Ford explained that Tank knows how much he enjoys spending time with his amateur fighters. "That's my piece," he said. "You both know that about me." Even though Ford wasn't actively coaching Tank during that time, just knowing that Tank was still training gave him a sense of comfort. Being apart helped both of them recognize how strong their connection really is. When Tank came back to the gym, Ford could tell he had missed him, just like Ford had missed Tank. Coach Barry Hunter also felt a similar sense of reassurance from knowing Tank was doing well.
Take place, being in this corner now. Will you be in this corner come Saturday night?
I will be in this corner. Here's the deal. We got a long history. Calvin called me years ago. Gervonta was a little boy, maybe 8, 9 years old. Brought him up to the gym, and we've all been together ever since. Times when you don't see us, myself, and maybe Patrice Harris with him, we still write his fight plans up and everything. So we've been together.